Wait. Okay. Hi everyone. Zero. Well, wait. The mic is on, right? Yeah, it's on. I did another one, a stream, and I was talking for like 15 minutes, and the mic was muted, and I had no idea. Okay, it should be on right now, and I'm trying to close a couple of things because I was doing a million and one projects, and this one skyrocketed in popularity once we made those strappy heels. So, just give me 1 second to clear up and get everything going. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn that off. I don't want to turn it off for just right now. Oh well. Okay. Hi everybody. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. I kind of sort of hope not because I don't want to get another strike. But it's SmackDown Mall Shopping Edition from No Mercy, one of my favorite games. Hopefully all the sound is coming in clear and everything is going right before we start. So if anybody could be a doll and tell me that if it's broken or not because I can't hear it, it sounds fine to me because it's all silent. Okay. So let's get serious and let's talk about what this tutorial is about. So this is what we like to call a drive run. And I'm going to be... Wait, let me just start over. Sorry, I'm everywhere today. I think it's the sugar I had from that popcorn. Okay. Mm. Hi everyone and welcome to another Mighty Ginkgo tutorial. My name is Zero and I'll be your instructor for this lesson. Well, I wouldn't exactly call this a lesson. This is more of a dry run. And what a dry run is we're just going to glaze through a program, just talk about it, and I'm going to show you what it does and what I plan on showing you what we're to do with it, what it can do, and what I do with it, if that makes sense. It's basically a pre-tutorial. That way I can show you what it's doing, and you can tell me your concerns or what do you call it, questions that you might have, and we can do it here. That way, when I go to do the regular tutorial for the video, I have the things that you were concerned about and questions you have already addressed and put into the video. So it's like a more whole product rather than me just rush through it like I used to do, and then you guys have a million and one questions and I got to make a video following up on the questions that you had in the comments. So this way we all kind of work together, hash out what needs to be shown, hash out what things I got to research for the final thing, and we have an all around better product. So yay for progress. Good old dry runs. And then we can see what blows up and not to do it in the video to make it seem like we know what we're doing. Okay, so this video, this program is called Shoemaker. And what it is a CAD program similar to Mighty, I'm so used to talking about Mighty Ginkgo, the Marvelous Designer. And it allows you to create shoes. Sort of like how we use Marvelous Designer for clothes, this one does shoes. It is a more manufacturing based product, so it was really made to help people 3D print and send their shoes to manufacturers than it is to create shoes for 3D environment use that we're going to be using it for Second Life. So because of that, the topology and the weight of the stuff is astronomical. Well, the topology is terrible, and the weight of it can be bad. I mean, you can easily create a pair of shoes that are in here, and it'll be like 500K in triangles, which is insane for a shoe. So we don't want that. If you are looking for something that's going to produce like perfect topology, perfect UVs, and all the rest of this is definitely not going to be the method for you. Just go back and learn how to do it properly, extrude into your stuff, and make shoes that way. But this way is like basically how I feel with Marvelous, is that it creates a really good bone for you to work on. So we're going to do as much work as we can in here, and then go into Blender and do the rest. So, with that said, I should probably start working on and telling you the list of stuff that I'm gonna use for this. Now, for this, we're gonna use obviously Shoemaker, which again you can download in the Discord. It's all the way at the bottom of the Discord. So just go down there and you can download it there. So we got Shoemaker, Blender that we're using. I'm using my old 2.79 because that's what I like. Get off my back. What else? Momo, get it. Every time I make a video, I did not see this cat all day. I turn on this and that's where she come out. So let's see what else is it. So we got Marvelous. I've been calling it Marvelous Shoemaker. So we have Shoemaker. We have Blender. We're going to texture and substance painter. We're done with Photoshop with texturing. We're not doing that no more. What's that sound? That means something got knocked out. Oh, hold on. There's a cat back there. Kate! Get from back there! Sorry. Okay, so, where was I? We have... Is there something wrong with the stream? Because everybody just sort of left. Is it laggy? Is it not going right? Is the mic? Is it too much? Let me know. Let me see. Oh, fuck. I didn't check my Wi-Fi. I don't know where I'm connected to. I don't know if I'm going off of my tablet or is it going off of the actual source for it. Is this streaming right? It looks like it is. It's actually streaming better than it did before. Oh, alright. Alright, so we're using Substance Painter. I'm kind of been shying off of Photoshop for 3D painting. We've been using that as of late. It's an old version of Substance Painter 2018, and again, Discord. I don't really know how to do a lot of things in Substance Painter yet, so I'm new with that as well. So it's like a bunch of things that I'm still new at, and I'm just trying to get it going so that you guys can like at least play around with, like, get it going. So it's not like this is what it do and this is everything that it can do. No, that's not that. I don't know half of this stuff. I'm just scooting by just enough so that you can scoot by too. Oh, hey Stephanie. Yeah, I'm feeling way better. So let's see. It's Substance Painter, this, and last but not least, ZBrush, because although the topology is abysmal, sometimes ZRemesher can remesh the shoe and redo the UV. So sometimes it's like bad. It fixes the topology with ZRemesher. That's what we do. But almost more than not, I use the Z UV plugin to give us better UV mapping, or like an unwrapping of the shoe, than what they give us. So Z again in the Discord. All right. Whew. Okay, I think I talked about everything enough, so let's actually begin making the shoe. Pardon my desktop. I was working a lot. So I'm going to close this so we can open it and you guys can see what it looks like when you open it. I really need to clean my desktop. I really need water. Get thirsty after drinking yogurt. Alright, so it's a Shoemaker. Again, Shoemaker Pro 2015. What a time to be alive. And I feel like it's been that long since we actually used this, because back in the day we tried this before on this channel, but it didn't really work out. And then we had the golden shoe incident. 17. Damn shoe. Anyway, alright, so open up the program and you'll be greeted to this interface. I'm going to show you basic things. There is a whole playlist they have where they show you, let me get the questions going here. That is not the right thing. Okay. Thank you. Yet to kind. Okay, I'm going to leave it windowed like this because I think it can pull. If I can just have it over here. Okay, I can see this. Alright. So this is the interface that you see when you open it up. And I'm just going to show you the very basics, but I'm going to try to go through each section, teach you as much as I can about them, and then you can go on and watch the tutorial with a little bit more knowledge, because they have a playlist that they made for this program to teach you. It's not as good as one that they used to have, but they got bought out by Autodisk, and they removed pretty much all of the documentation for this. It used to be a manual, but the manual's gone, and all they got are these old videos on Facebook that sprawls across various generations of the program. And some stuff works, some things don't work, and it's hard to keep up if you don't know what you're looking for. But this will hopefully be able to at least show you the basics of it so that you can understand what they're saying and the lingo, and then be able to watch it and then learn all the advanced things. So I only know the basic stuff, and that's pretty much what we're going to do. So what we're going to do to teach all of the basic stuff is that we're going to do the equivalency of my Marvelous Designer thing, where I teach you how to make a pair of pants and a t-shirt. We're going to make one ugly shoe. And this ugly shoe is going to teach you all the basic techniques to make shoes in here. Now we're going to do one regular flat shoe, and then we're going to do a high heel shoe, because there's two different things that you need to do in order to make that work. So let's begin and show you this. First, starting with our ugly shoe. Gonna make some wood clocks. You know, if I could, I would. Alright, so we're going to make a shoe. At the bottom of here, you're going to see a bunch of feet. These feet are called lasts, and that's what they're called in real life. When you're going to make shoes in there, they tell you to buy the last, which is the shape of the foot or the shoe, pretty much like the sock underneath it that you're going to be building your shoe on top of, and that is the same thing that you're going to be doing here. Now, they did say that somehow you can make a custom last and you can bring that in and import it. I could not for the life of me get that to work, so I'm just using the standard ones, and I suggest you use the same too, since we're just going over the basics. So we're going to start our base off by looking through all the bases and see whatever we want. And it makes me sad because the most shoe-looking shoe foot belongs to a child, which is fine because it's still as large as a regular, adult foot size that they have here. It's just, if you want a nice rounded shoe, it's for kids. Alright, so we're going to start by picking the first one, like a asymmetric shoe. Although in retrospect, I kind of wish I picked the kid's shoe. Hang on, I'm being invaded. Beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. Shoe, 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 shoe. Get. When I don't have the fan on, the cats walk on the table. The fan kind of prevents them, but I knew it's bad sound quality, so I don't try to. And I did just have a program for screencasting, so you can see what keys that I'm pressing. Thank you, whoever just gave me that heart. I appreciate it. Alright, let's try running it again. I think I just might have closed it. Okay, here we go. So now you can see what keys I'm pressing. Shout out to the people who told me about this. I don't remember who it was or where you told me it, but thank you. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to use our middle mouse button, and this is what we're going to use to rotate the last around to be able to draw on it. I don't know what the reset button is to make the go back, but I know that there's some buttons over here on the side that will snap it back into a proper rotations. Facing left, facing right, front, above, and, stylish angle. So we're going to put it right back to where it was facing this way. And we're going to start to draw our pattern. To draw our pattern, we're going to use this button up top. It's called the style line, but it's kind of the same as the polygon tool in Marvelous Designer. In order to draw the line on here, you have a couple of options. One is this pencil right here, and this will allow you to use sketch lines. So like Marvelous Designer, we're using the 2D pattern tool. You would just click and then drag, and then you create the design that you want until you get the result that you want. Excuse me. So once you get it to the place that you want, on the last click, like not the click before, but when you want to stop, double click on the place and it will stop the pattern making process. Now, this shoe is split down the middle so that you can invoke symmetry. If you don't want to draw this pattern twice on the same side, other side, you just push this button right here and it will say linked mirror, and it will go on and create a mirror of the lines that you just put in there. Now, one of the things you want to do, what I think is cool, is that let's say you're editing. I'm going to press Control Z so I can go back. Let's say that you have the design on here and you're constantly modifying it, like maybe I want to make this here. Instead of having to constantly click on the line and then mirror it, click and mirror, you can click this button right here and it says linked mirror, and whatever is done on the parent or the original one is mirrored over onto this other side. So let's take this arrow and then we click a dot and we move this down right here. You see that it's moved down right here in real time, so you can keep creating and it's all going to be symmetrical and wonderful. Now I'm going to delete all of that and I'm going to make a normal shoe. So I'm going to select the drawing style lines button again, and I'm just going to create a regular boot going up and around down to the middle. Now I want a tongue, so that's why I'm leaving this gap here. Double click and there we go. Now we have this on this side and we're going to do the mirror because I like to fix stuff. And now we're going to create our tongue that's going to go in the middle. So we're just going to select the style lines pencil again. And we're going to design our tongue for the shoe. Now you want to stop at the half line when you're designing things that you want to mirror. That way it can mirror properly. So I just need to go to create this curve here and press the mirror button again. And then there you go. We have our tongue drawn in there. Now that we have our basic shape in here, we're going to fill it in with some material. Now the material is what they call the actual shoe thing, like leather and all the rest of that jazz. And that is represented by this right here called the peace option. You know, like P-I-E, not peace and love, dude, because God, this thing is so damn stressful. No peace. Okay. So once we have that selected, we're going to come over here to the side and we're going to click on this little blue arrow, this blue icon underneath the arrow. This is going to act like the paint bucket tool in Photoshop, where it will fill in the designated lines with material. So I'm going to select this first box because this is the layers that dedicate to what we're going to use. So this is the outside layer, this is like the top exposed layer of fabric, and this is the inside fluff of the shoe, like the inside shoe material. I don't know if you can put your own materials in here while you're designing, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to strip it of UVs anyway when we throw it in ZBrush, so like there's no point in doing that. Just use the default stuff that they put inside here. So what you want to do is you want to go down here to the bottom line and you want to look where it says open materials and double click on that. Now it may come up blank, or it may show the things. I'm not 100% sure. Who is this? Lunar Scoot. Just go to samples and double click on that and it will give you, beat it! Shoot! Get, come on! I love you too. I love you with all my heart. But get. Sorry, cats. And it will give you a whole list of she just came back. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Okay, so it will show you a whole bunch of materials and colors that you can use to fill in this gap. So this is autumn colors. They have glossy, which are like kind of pale and pastel. I like these colors the most. They have lace, but these are really textures that you can use for the laces, not so much on here. I mean, you can, but they don't look nice. I mean, like here, I double click on the material to use for this. I think it's this one you're supposed to click and then double click that, and then you click on the space like the fill bucket, and then it should pop in there. You see? Oh God, my eyes! Leather. There you go. Alright, so you see it filled in the lines and it gave us a shoe. Now, one thing that you really need to pay attention to is that it will fill in close spaces with material. If you go back to your style lines, let's go back here, and let's say that we had a dot that wasn't quite connected to the end here and it was open like this. When you try to fill it, it's going to give you an error and not really want to do it. So I'm going to delete this because that seemed to have broken and that was bleh, gross. So we're going to grab this and try to fill it in. And it's going to fill up to where the closest line is, the closest closed loop is. I try to give it that, make it do the error thing that it usually gives me when I don't have the thing closed, but I guess it's YouTube now, so it's on YouTube, it's showing off, and it's gonna just work the way it's supposed to. So let's get that back closed so we can have our space here. Please stop walking on my keyboard. All right, so put this over here. She just jumped right back up. Let's close that back up, and we're gonna go back into the fill. Click this again. Find glossy, because if we're going to make an ugly shoe, we might as well make it bright and pretty. So, hold on one second. Momoko, get it! Please, baby. Go. Alright, there we go. I like this. This is a pretty blue. Alright, so we have this, and now we're going to do the same thing and color in our tongue material. So I'm going to select a different material for it. Oh, dingle. Oh, yeah, it's going to do that because I didn't have this selected. So now, when we double click here, it's going to have that. Although I think I have two tongues going here, so I need to go back and delete. Yeah, there's two tongues there. There we go. So we have this. Select that. This, please. And then this material. And then pink. There we go. Now that we have this here, we can actually choose the thickness of our the thickness of our material here. Let's say that we wanted to make the tongue a little thinner or something, or maybe wanted to draw designs on here. So I'm going to show that real quick by drawing another pattern onto the shoe and putting, changing this thickness so you can see how it works. Okay, so I'm gonna go here to designer, grab our pencil, and I'm gonna try my best to make a heart, which I've learned I can do better here than I can in Marvelous Designer. But it's cool. I'm doing it like this for a reason so you can see something. So double click. Okay, so that's a heart. Let's say your artistic skills need a little assistance and you want to add more dots to the curve. So we're just going to click on this and we're going to push this button that's right here at the bottom that says insert more points. So it gives you more manipulation points if you want to, just like add points did in Marvelous Designer. So we can tighten up that heart with more love if we wanted to. Look, I don't know. I'm not good at making decal things. I never was. I tried to make a ginkgo leaf and it kept coming out like a penis. Multiple times. So we don't want that. Although, I feel like having that brand of sneakers would probably sell in Second Life. Like, was it Dick's Sporting Shoes? Sporty shoes? Literally. Alright, so we're gonna put this here. Sorry, I'm rushing through it as fast as I can. I'm trying to make it easy to follow, but not be here all day. Okay, so that's a heart. That's as hearty as I'm going to be able to make here without it slipping and turning into a penis. So we have our heart. And we need to go and fill it in with another material. So we can just click on this again. And we're going to find, if this was it, maybe a yellow heart. Because why not? So double click on this. And put this in here. Okay. I wonder why it looks like that. It shouldn't be though. All right, so once we have it on here, we have our material. We can do a couple things with this. We can change the thickness of it by putting our mouse wheel here and extruding it out, like rolling it up, and it'll give it thickness. It was like that because it was collapsed inside the shoe. Okay, so you see now we have a heart on the side of it. We can also do the offset, so we can have it protruding from it if we want to by scrolling up. And if we want to put it back down, we can just scroll it back down. At the same time, we can also use it to scroll down on the thickness one to make it thinner. And it'll tell you when it is. You just have to pay attention to, what is it? The end of this, like right here. Scroll to increase the thickness of, and then it's right there and it tells you what the thickness is. So right now it's at 2.5. If we scroll down, you'll see that it's at 2, and then 1.5, and then 1, and I think that's, and then 1.5, I mean 0.5. That's as thin as it can go. If you try to go any thinner than that, it's going to tell you that it must be greater than 0. So we have our shoe here. Now, just adding on leather pieces or material pieces isn't the only thing that you can do with this fill button. If you click on the button, you'll see that there's actually something here that allows you to create sponge. So if you want to have a puffy piece on your shoe, your padding, you can do that as well. So you can just press this button right here, select the heart, and then it turns into a puffy piece of fabric. Now, I don't really know much about it. I only made one puffy thing, so you would just be able to like scroll up on here and then increase the spread of the puffiness. I think the reason why it's doing it like that is because it's actually too far in. So I would need to figure out how. Oh, look, you can change how the fluff, the puffiness goes. So it's concave, flat top half. Oh, it broke. It broke. What was that? Aladdin. It does not break. It doesn't break. It broke. Okay, so I'm guessing that when we have it, we either need to increase the offset for this, or we need to make sure that it's a thick piece of material that we're going to give some puff to. So I'm going to switch over and try to make it puff again, and we'll see how that works. So I'm going to stick with a very normal puff and select it, and I guess puff. Increase the padding. Yeah, you're gonna have to play with that. Anyway, so we have this hanging off the side of our shoe, and I think it's quite romantic. In fact, I think I need to push it back. So let's select this, and where's the offset? Alright. If not, we just fix it in Blender. It's just there. So I think that's a pretty nice shoe. So let's keep moving on to the other things that make this thing go. And that is stitching. So you can have some stitch detail on your shoe, and they have two ways of doing it: either following the curve of a pattern with a stylized line, or you can just manually draw it in there. I am on the fence personally about stitching, because yeah, it does look nice, but each stitch is actually a 3D item. So that is adding more weight to your shoe than it needs to be. And I think that with the advancements that is Substance Painter, you can probably just use the brush stroke for that and draw the stitches that you want on there if you want to, just to save some sort of time and effort. But if you're one that's like, I need to have the stitching on there, I guess ain't nothing wrong with you just adding the stitches on there. So you have the stitching that is here. Down at the bottom of it is actually next to the materials. They have different type of stitches that you can apply to it. So it doesn't have to just be a line. You can double click here. Oh, let's select the line of stitches, and you can change. And you can change the little stitching. Totally change the stitching. Change the stitching. Alright, give me a minute. I guess I just try it again. Alright, so I'm pretty sure you should be able to change the stitching normally. So here's some baseball stitching. And sorry for the flashing. And let's see. I wonder, is there a button? Like, can you pick what you want to change. Alright, so I guess you have to choose what stitching you want. Wait, no, it looked like it was doing something. I guess you gotta choose the kind of stitching that you want from there before you put it on here, and you probably can't change it afterwards, which sucks. Or maybe I just don't know yet. So we just drawing in our stitches and stuff, and now we have that. Yeah, I think it's weird. Kind of don't want it, but I need a pair of stitches on here to show you stitches, I guess, or how they work. Now, alright, so that was freehand stitches. That was freehand stitching, and now we have to do curve stitching. So that I think you right click. No, you don't right click. You hover your mouse over the icon down where the little thing is, that little triangle here, and you pick this button that says create stitching by selecting the line. And I think we can now click on the lines like this, and you see that now it has stitching all along the line that we had created for the shoe. So you can just do that if you don't have a steady hand and can't do stitching. But we need that for piping, so I'm going to try to delete that and get that out of here. So I'm going to see, maybe we can put stitching around the heart. See how that goes. Woo! That looks gross, but alright. Just gonna put that here, but I can see how it would work. I don't know how to change the color of the stitches, unfortunately, so I can't tell you that. I'm sorry. I just didn't get that far with stitches, as you can see. Sorry for clicking in there and making you guys have seizures. Alright, so now we got stitching, show you how that goes. You can also edit the properties of your stitches, like, so click on the stitches, and then right here there's the button that says you can change the gap by scrolling your mouse on there, so you can then see how thick the stitching is. Scroll it up, up, and it gets thicker. Scroll it down and the stitches get spread out apart. This one allows you to scroll the orientation of the stitches, so you can make it look the way you want to. That's gross as all hell. And this one is to scroll the size of it, so you can make them thick if you want, or you can make thin, tiny stitches on here. It all depends on the user. Okay, so now we got stitches down. We're going to move on to the next line of production, and that is piping. Thick rotating stitches. So just like stitches, piping works the same way, where you can either draw freehand with your piping, or you can select it on a curve. So you want to go over here to the bottom where it says open pipes, and you can choose the type of piping that you want to use. Now there's like rectangles and circle piping, and it's just something to play with when you're in here. So I'm going to go back. I hate when it shoots me out of that menu. So let's see, piping. Oh, I had it on curve, so free line piping. So you can choose what kind of stuff that you like. And you see we now have piping on our shoe. Now I think you can, this is one of the things you can double click and change. So let's see, designs. Nope. Same thing with the stitches. I guess you gotta pick the design you want, and then, maybe roll it across the shoe and see how that treats you. So it's like, guess that's the design. Alright. So I don't like that. I'm just gonna remove this piping from here and from here, and we're gonna use the other one where it pipes along the curve. That's why I said I didn't want to use the stitching on that line, because that's for piping. Let's get this out of here. So let's double click on this again. Single click, hold your mouse over here, go over to create by curve, and we can click the top, and we can put some piping in here. I think these are stitches. Damn it! Alright, back to piping, please. Thank you. By curve, and then we put our pipe in here. Our pipe in there, and some piping over the tongue if you so desire. Now, cool thing is you can also do like we did with the stitches, and you can change the thickness of the piping as well as this down here, I think. They dress up. Oh, they about to get ugly. Don't worry. So we have the piping in here, and then we can choose the thickness of it by scrolling our mouse wheel. I think on what's this? Hang on. Okay. Sorry. Alright, so we have this done. We can use this, and this is to scroll it to make the size grow thicker, and then you can scroll it down to make it thinner. Now, let's say you scroll it down, and you're like, okay, I want all of the piping along this thing to be thin, and you're trying to select this one and this one together, and it won't let you thin the pipes out together, and you find yourself going down the line making manuals. Well, they have a copy and paste thing that you can do to make it work. So just come up here to this little tiny little button with an arrow, and you just push this button, and it copies it. I think. Then you close it. It doesn't give you any kind of notification, but it just does it. Oh, dingo, I done broke it again. Let's see. This. Copy. Where did that other one go? Oh man, I broke it. I broke it. At least it didn't crash. So this right here. Do they have mirror? Reset distance. They don't let you mirror the piping. You just gotta put it back. Alright, so there we got that. And let's see. What did that just do? Something broke. Okay. It thinned out the pipe, I think. Okay, you know what? We're gonna scroll it down. We're gonna do it manual. I'm sorry. I tried to do the copy paste thing, but it didn't work out. So we putting this all back. Go grab that pipe, and we're just gonna slap some pipe down here, and then manually thin it out. Sorry, y'all. Alright, here we go with piping. And I want to thin it down. Scroll size. So 1, 2. You know what? That's a good size pipe anyway. We don't need to scroll it down. So now we got shoes with piping in this, and we move on to the more troubleshooting, like some part of the tutorial, and that's holes. Hang on, somebody talking. So this program allows you to punch holes in your shoe. And its holes can be punched in here for decoration or, decoration or necessity, like for those eyelet thingies. But the problem with this is, and now here comes some Star Trek techno babble for you. When you're creating a hole inside your shoe, it will be a double, like, vertice kind of thing. It will jack up the topology of the shoe so bad that you have absolutely no hope of running it through Z-Remesher. So if you are trying to run it through Z-Remesher and you want to get a nice smooth topology, then you're going to have to add the holes you want in your shoe somewhere else. Now I'm noticing really that it's mostly affecting very small holes and decorative things, so more than it does really big things. For some reason, when I wanted to use it for using the eyelets inside here, the eyelets had closed, but the decorative holes stayed during the pre-decimation process. But in order to support all of that holes that they would put inside here, they put a lot of triangles and stuff around it, and they are very bad and ugly looking triangles, and decimating them of any kind can really result into a bad look. So for that being said, I would highly recommend that you do not put holes inside of your shoes if you do not need to put holes inside of your shoes. Wait until you are inside of your 3D choice program of choice and use that method of putting holes inside there. Unfortunately, I never managed to master the technique of putting holes and stuff in Blender, so I can't show you how to do it. I know it's called something when you slide a piece of geometry through it and then you use a multiplier modifier, and it's supposed to just, you know, project a hole into that. I never got the hang of that, and I could never do it, so I can't show you how to do it, at least at this time. I'll try to do some research on it, but I can't help you with that for now. Alright, with that Boolean modifier, that's the word. Like, I kept seeing it in my head, and it was like boo, boo, the boo modifier. Yeah, that. I could never get that to work. I'm sorry. Okay, so, but I can at least show you what it looks like when you do put holes in your shoe. So, holes. Okay, same thing as the piping and the stitching. You can do freehand holes, or you can do holes along a curve. Now at the bottom they have a bunch of holes that you can use. You just click on this one that says open punches, and they have designs that you can use. Here's some nice pretty circle ones, some diamond ones, and as you go here, crosses, leaves, tulips, which I think is set crowns. Really? Oh, they are crowns. You know, I guess I need my glasses, but yeah, those are crowns. Lightning and moons. Ugh, being as I'm a moon, I have to choose the moons. So you can click on them and you can double, and then you can put these designs on your shoe, like such. Now, if you don't punch it, it don't stay. So you can't have these pretty moons on your shoe and expect them to stay there when you export. It's just a piece of marking there, like, hey, this is where the holes go. So once we have this here, we can go and press the button to, oh, well, you can do like we did before and mirror it on the other side. And what else can we do with these holes? Once you got this, you can do the same thing, and you can change the gap, spread it out, spread it in, change the orientation of it, make Sailor Moon ones, rep the Nega Moon if you want to. I'm going to keep those moons up, and you can choose this how big you want them to be. Now I think this is the one where you actually can double click and change it, or use it a drag and drop. That's what you do. You drag and drop the new ones on there and it switches over, so you can, you know, add your holes. So once you have the placement of your holes done, you can punch it through by going to this little dot with all it's like a piece of fabric with a whole bunch of holes, and it gives you three options. You can punch through the current material, which is like, let's say you had a shoe and you had multiple materials like this heart in here, and you have the whole punchy things overlapping it. You can either choose to punch through one layer of fabric, or you can go next door to it, and this will let you punch straight through the shoe, through everything that it goes through. So they said in the tutorials that you're supposed to just punch through the material that is on and not the other one, and then it puts in a bunch of holes inside your stuff. So you do have to go over and do the same thing over yonder. It doesn't really work with the mirror. If you try to mirror it, it's going to just copy the pattern over there to it, and it won't punch it. So, you know, do the same thing. Go over here and then punch. And then you got some hearts in your shoe, which is still sad because it's such a nice shoe. So I'm going to fix it because I got the camera angle going nuts now. And we're going to work on the fun stuff. Accessories. I swore laces. I thought sole was next. I forgot. We got accessories and we got laces. Accessories. Accessories work just like everything else in here. You're going to just double click on there and you have free right here. Free drawing, and you want to go to accessories, and accessories are usually like what do they have? Buckles. I mean, hopefully don't crash. So you got buckles you can put on here. You can put either like one buckle. I think you're supposed to like double click a row of buckles, and then we go to our usual thing where it has how many buckles or reset the gap. And you could just put one there if you want to, like scroll down to one and then scroll up to have a whole bunch of buckles that you want. So we have buckles galore inside here. They have eyelets so that you can have those stylish metal rings around your sneakers. I feel like if you heart buckle, oh yeah, I was like, well, we got hearts, we might as well start adding flowers, but I guess we can keep with the heart theme, and we can put those hearts along here if we want to. Why did it only give me one? Is it because it's on? Oh, sorry. Let me just try to switch this again. I hate this blinkety blinkety blink thing that it keeps doing right now. Alright, hang on 1 second. I done dunked this up. Let me just delete these. It's giving me buckle commands. Get out of here, buckle. You jacked it up. Alright, so there we go. Now it's stuck on buckles. Oh, double click. So let's say we wanted to put the eyelets there. We would do in hearts. And we just drag and drop that there and to change those into there. And then just like before, we can scroll it up and increase the number of hearts. And once that's good, we can mirror it. I think this is mirror it and then link mirror. So that way when we increase it, it does it on both sides and not just on one. So you just go through here and pick and see what you want. There's even, what are those? Oh, they're like studs. Neat. I didn't do that before. They also have zippers. Zippers? Oh, zippers for the. But where's the zip? Oh, that would be the stitches, wouldn't it? When you would put the zipper up the boot, and then you would put a zipper at the end of it to make it look nice. Nice. So they also have loops that we can slap at the back of our shoe if we were about that noise. We ain't. So you just have fun playing and clicking and putting all your stuff inside there, and you should be good. Alright, so we got that going. We have the shoe. And now we get to the laces. Okay, so when it comes to laces inside this, somebody just messaged me. I'll have to check it later. When it comes to laces, you cannot put them in here manually yourself. The program will do it for you. We just have to tell it what we want the laces to go through. If we have eyelets that are here, we need to put holes inside of them so that the laces can traverse through it. I actually have one heart too many, and I wonder if I can just click this and delete it. Will it delete the whole thing? It will delete the whole thing. Okay. Okay, so I want to select this real quick, and I want to decrease. Where is it? Size, orientation, separation. Okay, so I want maybe one down. Maybe one more down. That's not the right one. That's not it either. This one. Okay, so I want this, and I want to bring it, edit it. Can you edit it? Bring it down? Yeah, bring it down here. So it's actually lacing up the shoe. Hello, Momo. What do you want, baby girl? Okay, hold up. There you go. Sorry, the cat was like bobbing her head trying to do cat math, and it was about to end a disaster. So I want to put this shoe so that it laces up this way, and I want to take this and move this over here or something. I don't know. Get out of the way. You okay, Mo? Okay. So now we got this. We got shoelaces. We need to put our laces in. So go over to where it says lace. Then you want to... Oh, no. We got to go back to the punchy thingies. That's why we were there in the first place. Oh, so grab your arrow. Select your eyelets. And you want to go back to where it says punch a hole. So we want to punch a hole through the material. And make holes for our laces to go through. So do the same thing. Punch. Oh. Yeah, okay. So it's got a hole in there now. Now she's ready for lace. So go to our lace. And we're going to use the arrow. And we're going to select, like box select over. Oh. Let's put it. Alright, so I'm going to box select. Sorry, none of the shoes I made had laces in it. Select this guy and this guy together. And now we're going to tell it, hey you, we want you to make laces out of these guys. Which I don't know why it keeps deselecting. Damn laces. And it's going to ask you what kind of laces. You choose bow tie lace. right click after selecting to the 4 pairs of eyelets to create a bow tie lace. We did that. Okay, cool. So it's going to lace up what it thinks your shoe should be laced up with. You would get more laces the more eyelets you had, and I would assume that it would have going to add more up here, but I guess I didn't. Did I not select it? So let's try. Yes, yes, yes. I know, I know. So let's try this again. So I'm clicking on the eyelets this time. And now I'm going to the lace and... Alright, so I think you gotta push what type of lace you want. Then click on the eyelets while it's in bow mode. Like lace mode. Like I can't tell if it's clicking it or not. I've only ever did laces once. 1 pair of shoes. That's it. And following the tutorial, what the lady did is that she used the arrow key, the arrow here, and she just selected the laces inside here. She wasn't getting these ding. You know what? We don't even need the holes. What did I just delete? The shoe. Let me go back to holes. Punch. What did it just delete? Like I'm clicking on stuff for it to delete. It took the whole shoe out with... Okay, here, so... Oh, yeah, I'm in the wrong window. That'll do it. Pipe. Punch. Triangle. Sir, I would like for you to not do this. Please. Do we even need laces? This is why I said use that boolean thing. There needs to be a button in here that says delete punch holes. Yes, you do that. Exactly that. Wait. Let me see. Levels, right? So no. Damn. I'm sorry, guys. Whatever. It is what it is. We're just gonna keep going. I've been here for too long. We'll figure it out. Then we're gonna somehow we gotta have holes and bad laces. Or we'll just copy them and duplicate them in Blender. Show you to keep us down. But I really want to get rid of these holes now. I'm like, fill in these holes. What would make that happen? Like, would it, if we wanted to remove this code, would this work? Nope. I am so sorry. I hate when I get curious and want to test stuff out. This is why we do the dry run, I suppose. Damn you, go. Alright, fine. Stay. I'm getting too hot and too stressed out for that. Okay, so now we get to the fun part. Making the heel. So now we have our shoe with unwanted holes. And then we want to create a heel. And we just come over here and it shows you all the heels that we can attach to the shoe. Now, like, is this a sports shoe? A platform shoe? Is like a wedge shoe, they call it. Is it a fancy formal shoe? Is it a heel? Or is it a thick heel? So, this one, I guess. Wedge. And it adds in this. Now, I think something is missing, and we're supposed to create an insole or a middle sole before we just slap a thing on there. So we want to go over to the side here where it says create a midsole for a formal shoe, midsole for a sporty shoe. I think it's just first you're supposed to create an insole. Okay, so now we got this nice line going here. And if you wanted to, we could just create the wedge, like the platform on top of that. I think that makes a really pretty overwriting it entirely. Goodness gracious, why is it doing this to me? Alright, so you can see we can create like different types of soles. Let's see, what if we try like this kind? Neat, that's actually kind of pretty. That was a pretty sole. A formal one. Formal shoe. This shoe's so formal. I don't know how it's gonna do with a high shoe because the heel, yeah, it's like a flat shoe, so it's not gonna have a heel. That's for a different one altogether. Then we have these midsoles. Lou, I'm almost done, baby. Get. I'm going back with my platform. Those never done me wrong so far. So we have our platform heel on this shoe because I said it was going to be ugly, so we might as well make it as ugly as possible. But they allow you to edit the shoe. I mean the sole. So you can change the shape of it if you wanted to. So you would like click on the sole and you would click this bottom right here and it lets you edit the sole how you want it to be. So I would like to go to the side view. And I think this is the front curve. Oh, that's the back. It shows you what it looked like. So here is this. Now this is where the program tends to crash on me sometimes. So hang on. Let's save it before we lose it real quick. Alright. Lolita, yeah. So so you can change the shoe thingy and make it look like anything you want to normal like this. And that'll give you like those rocking horseshoes that are always sold out and I would always want to have so badly. So you can do this. Now, one thing you want to make sure you watch out for is that if you try to create some sort of shoe that has a dramatic heel and it goes beyond the barrier of what can be created, it will break out from a straight line to a sort of, I don't know, chain line. And this shows you that there's an error somewhere in the design. To fix this, it won't produce and it may crash. So the best thing you can do is by, smoothing it around so that it goes back into being a straight unbroken line. So you can craft your heel any way you want. You're not just limited to the shape of the heel that they give you. Now, this thing does have a program called Shoemaker or something like that, and it does allow you to design soles and, really good detail and add names and designs and tread patterns and all the rest of that stuff. But I don't know how that works. I barely made it through the tutorial showing you how to make the shoe. And as you can see, that ain't go very well. So I think I'm going to go with this nice kind of swoopy thingy here. And I'm going to say okay. Just click that button and pray that it don't crash. Please don't crash. Okay. So now I have my swoopy shoe and its heel. I don't even know why I have this heel here. I think it's because I have it listed as being like what is this, a platform? Which is weird because when I did that before, I didn't have this thingy here. This wasn't here. I wonder if I can delete that. Yeah, you can. Neat. So we can delete that and we can just have this plain shoe. So now we designed our shoe. And it's not as ugly as I had hoped. So let's go export this and then put this into Blender. So to do that, we're going to bypass this manufacturer part and we're just going to go over here to export data. Hey, look, my hole's filled in. That sounds so dirty, doesn't it? I don't know why it did that or what happened, but I'm kind of glad that it did. So now that those guys are gone, export. So you would go to the export button, and then you would push export data, which is right below. Not the save as, that's not it. To export is below that. And you want to pick the first one where it says export data. And you want to click unknown and then hit next, and it will give you a list of all the formats that it can export out it. Now, I know you may see some that are unfamiliar and some that are familiar and you want to go jump on it, but there's one that you most definitely cannot use because it's an old version that nothing supports except for Noesis. And that is FBX. You may be tempted to go and export this as a FBX, but do not export that as a FBX because it's an ACII FBX and not whatever the hell FBX we use nowadays that everything uses. It was back in the day when Autodisk was like FBX exclusive, so no, you don't want to use that. What you do want to use, which is Blender friendly, is OBJ or STL. Now, I did learn that Blender does support WRL, but I never used it before because I was satisfied with STL and OBJ. Now, about these two, because they do two very dramatic things. STL, I feel like has the better export, but it does not export any of the UVs whatsoever. So it is like STS for 3D printing. And you know, when it's 3D printing, it's going to be like heavily triangulated, doubles everywhere. It's just so that you can put it into your 3D printed file, and if you could print it out, and then it may be a wee bit heavier because you know it's trying to make it more detailed for you to export the stuff to. So you can use that one, which is good sometimes. But it really doesn't matter as far as what's it called, texture wise, because we're going to use ZBrush to redo the UV maps for this, so it was just, you know, there's no point in it anyway. Another one on here was OBJ. Now, OBJ is the one that will export it with UV maps and the textures and all that fun jazz. There really isn't any downside to using it. It's also great, so if you're trying to do a render of your shoe in your favorite 3D program and you want to keep all the stuff that you put onto here, if you are in love with these textures or whatnot, this would be the one that you want to use for that. I'm on the fence. I use both, either or, depending on what you call it. If it doesn't decimate properly with one, I usually jump to the other one and try it that way. For the sake of this, I'm just going to go grab the OBJ simply because it's just right there. Now, I was going to ask you a whole bunch of questions. We're not going to answer none of them. We don't have time for that. We're just going to say finish. Give it a minute. Alright, so now we have our shoe. It is exported. We can minimize this and not look at it again. What are we doing next? Okay, so we're going to open up Blender. And as you guys can see, I made some ugly shoes to test all of this stuff on. This is my sporty gator shoe. So we have that. And we're going to come in here and, you know, new. How long have we been at this? Oh, an hour and 3 minutes. I think it would be faster when you're actually doing it and I'm not just trying to show and explain things. So it could probably take less time to manufacture the shoe. Actually, can you guys give me 1 second? I need to go and grab a drink of water real quick because I have been talking nonstop for an hour and 3 minutes straight. So I'll be right back. Chug, chug, chug. Okay. Whew. Boy, it's hot. Okay, sorry about that. I seriously needed some water. Okay. I don't remember what we're doing. Oh, I had to import the shoe. So we're gonna go file, and we're gonna import the shoe. Now brace yourselves. What you may see is may be shocking. This shoe is big and she is ugly, but we love her all the same. You can tell it's heavy because look, it's like 21 megs. So we're going to zoom out. And here's our Giganto shoe. I'm just going to shrink it down a wee bit. And I'm going to change. There you go. Make it easier to rotate it. Okay, so we have our shoe. And as you can see, once we take out the shoe's last, because we don't need the last in here. And we probably don't need this insole either. The shoe is still 227K in triangles. That's a lot of triangles. So we have laces here. We have this stuff. We can start fixing this up in here in Blender. I actually don't. It came in pieces. A lot of pieces. Hang on. Let me check this. No, that's not what I want. I want this one. So it makes an inside and an outside side. Boo. I wonder if it does that when you do the STL export. So I'm going to go back in here real quick and do the same thing. Just try to breathe and remember we want to export. Sorry, I forget what I'm supposed to do sometimes. Actually, maybe I should go back. Yeah, this error comes up whenever you try to do XML, STL. So just say yes and continue. But I want to see something again. I might have done something wrong. So next, STL, next. Which items do you want to export? Oh, okay. So maybe we should go pick on that. So maybe visible, everything that's visible. Active workplace. Let's finish. Huh. Then we don't get any stuff that's not visible. Yes, continue, please. Alright, let's go on to the other side. Nah, it's still big. But I feel like it's got more detail in it this way than it did the other one. Now it's all one, and this is the topology I was talking about. Darling, yes, I'm still working. Now this is the one that came in and it does not have any, no, it doesn't have any UVs and it's freezing my computer, so we'll give that a second to process. Okay. Oh, look at all that. It's a one at a time, two at a time. Oh, no, that's terrible. That's another reason why I don't like stitching. Hang on. Lunar, please. Get. Woo. I feel like my friend. That is nasty. Oof. Oh, that's the bottom of the shoe. I'm like, we don't need this part. We don't need that part. Okay, so we can look at what we don't need. I don't need this insole. You can leave the insole in there if you want to. If you want to be like branding and you want to keep like, like how you would put that brand name on the inside of the shoe. You can do that too. So I'm going to join everything together. We're going to make this a wee bit smaller so it's not gigantic. I'm going to zoom in onto that shoe. I'm going to press Shift D and make a duplicate of that shoe. And we are going to experiment with this shoe real quick. So first thing I want to do is I want to put it smooth so we can not have it look a mess. Don't worry about this. Let's see how it reacts to what do you call that thing? ZBrush. Before we send it anywhere, we have to remove the doubles out of this. So like A and then W, and then remove the doubles out of here. So that take a bit of the crap out of this. So grab this and let's see what ZRemesher likes to think about this. So desktop selection only. Oh, asymmetric one. Go back here. Hey nuts! An angel! It's been forever. Yes, it can do heels, it can do platforms, but all that is just a second. We're just trying to experiment on this so I know what to say when we do the real tutorial. So I forgot. I need a new ZBrush environment, please. In fact, no, I just close it. Why not? Oh, sure. I missed you too. Mwah. My cat is sleeping on top of this tower. It's Momo. She's super tall, super tiny. And she's sleeping with half of her body perfectly suspended off of the tower. And sorry, my new monitor. There you go, good girl. I said that she curled up. Sorry, my screen is so tiny. I don't have it's not big enough to see the whole ZBrush screen. So I gotta hide the environment in order to get that to go away. Okay, so import asymmetric one. Bring that in. And then what I want to try is the ZRemesher. Pray to the stars that it don't rip a hole in it. Hey, it's looking pretty good. And then we use the Z plugin, the UV master, and we unwrap all. Give it a second. I think Momo sitting on my computer is making it freeze. I'm blaming her. Oh, shoot. Did I uncheck that box that says symmetry? Nope. Okay, one second. Let's go back. Alright, while it's loading, I'm gonna get some more water. I didn't realize how hot it was until I sat back next to this machine. It is pumping out some air. Where did I save that? It's on my desktop. Hang on, let me swig this real quick. Oh, it's already in there. Alright, draw. And then geometry. And then ZRemesher. It's okay to just use the ZRemesher on this because it doesn't have any UVs anyway, so it's not destroying anything. I don't think. Then UV master. And I want to uncheck this symmetry box. That's what jacked this up. And then push undo all. And it should. Huh. Guess it just don't want to unwrap this shit. You know what it is? It's the stitches. The stitches are causing it to lag. Because now, what it's doing is unwrapping all of those little stitches. I'm like, wait a minute. Damn stitches. Look at it. Look at all it's trying to do. And I can't even see how long it's going to take. Like, how many does it have to do? It just says 1. So is that... It must be like 100 or something. And it's only at 24. Damn stitches. Alright, hang on one second. I'm gonna do this, keep clicking on it until it crashes. Alright, so what we need to do is get rid of these damn stitches. Stupid stitches. Like, we either get rid of the stitches or we decimate the shoe so that the stitches aren't so heavy. So I'm going to make another copy of this shoe. We're going to put it back here. And then we're going to go to the modifier and we're going to decimate. Now don't worry about it. We're just going to keep an eye on these stitches since that's really the only standout, real standout thingy. So modifier and then decimate. And then start decimating. Keeping an eye on those stitches. Like the surface is fine. Don't worry. It should fix it. I don't know where it's at right now, but it must be a hell of a lot lower than what it was. So it took it from 200 or something all the way down to 18K. And those stitches still look okay. Alright. Don't worry about this. ZBrush will... Don't worry about it. ZBrush will save us. Alright, so we got this. We're going to export this OBJ. And ZBrush again. We'll see about those dang stitches. If not, I'm just going to export the shoe again without the stitches on there. Yes, I know, I'm sorry. And hide and 1, 2 back over. Import, find the stuff desktop. Asymmetric, drag it on in. Go to geometry. Go into ZBrush remesher, pray to the stars that it won't turn into... Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, now we need to go up to Z plugin and then UV master. Go down here, scroll this down, uncheck symmetry, and then unwrap all. Can you do it? Can you dig it? It's digging. I think the stitches are still like a problem. Oh, sorry. Alright, cool. So not so many faces this time around. So now that we have it unwrapped, I'm just going to hit export and put some letters in here and hit save. Alright, yay! Okay, so we have... The stitches are cute. They are, but we could have did that with textures. We don't need that. So I'm just going to bring this in here, and I'm going to look for one with the big OBJ. That still looks big. And somehow it made it bigger. Like... Okay. So now the topology is ideal. You know, that... And when we look at the UV map, all of this is stitches. So we got it going. It should be good. We can take this into Substance Painter and start painting on it. Or if you want to, we can just destroy all of this and try to make it... What's that called? You know, decimate it. Undo all that work that we just did and do it again. Somebody said that it's not really a big deal about the decimation and the stuff that the topology, like the weight of it, if you put this in open sim than it is in Second Life. I just try to make things as low as possible, but you know, it just kind of sucks that if you know what I'm supposed to do in that with this, you're going to destroy that shoe. So, it really is up to you. You could just decimate pieces that would be, what's the word? Heavy? Like, if I was working this show, I would... Oh, so why the fuck I hear somebody knocking on my wall? It's no material, so it would be by loose parts. And it's gonna try to take apart all of those hearts. I mean, all of those stitches. Okay. Oh, it decimated so much we lost some mass in the heart. Oh. Hang on 1 second. Need a little more workspace here. So the easiest thing to do would be to grab all of the parts minus the stitches and move them to another layer. No stitches allowed. Leave the stitches floating in the air real quick. And you can see that actually the shoe is 36K, which isn't too terrible for a shoe. I mean, you should see how much hair is. So I guess this is actually really tiny in this new age Second Life. And we just leave the stitches over there. We have these guys. We're going to select them, join it. I'm going to put their center of mass over here. And we're going to give them their own material. That way it makes it easier to select them when we go to join it back with the rest of the shoe. For this part, we are going to want to make sure that everything is loose parts again. And we're going to give every part its own name and material so it makes it easier when we go through this in Substance Painter. So this is the body of the shoe. This is the heart. Is it more than one tongue here? Nope, just one. Tongue. Oh no, that's going to make everything tongue. Toung. These are the laces. Oh. See, now it's tongue. Join these guys together. And that's laces. We have the eyelids. Were those hearts? They were, I think. But I think they got decimated out. Come on, mouse. Select. It will not select that eyelid. I'm going to hide this real quick. There we go. I know this is so exciting, right? Look how we select each eyelid. Join this together. Oh, they got the piping too. Press L. Get that piping out of here. This is piping. Assign that. Then press P in the selection so we can get that out of here. Alright, this should be everybody. Oh wait, there should be piping right here too. So let's take this out. No! You, go back to being. That's the wrong tongue. I want a tongue, not tongue. Let's see. This is the piping. Remove that. Sorry, y'all. I feel like so sorry. Join this together. You guys are now piping family. So piping, tongue, laces, this, whatever the hell these are, which I don't care for no more. Get out of here. I'm tired of doing this. And this is the sole. Oh, you. Sole. There we go. Alt H, put our shoe back together. I'm not texturing no stitches. We just gonna do without it. We just have a plain shoe, no stitches. So we got all of this stuff together, and we are now ready to put this in Substance Painter. So Also abbreviated as SP amongst the people. So whenever you hear them talking about they use it SP, that's what they're talking about, substance painter. Now this is what everybody and their grandma is going to be using, especially with PBR around. But I haven't used PBR, and I was listening to everybody talk about their use of PBR, and their viewers are either crashing or it costs an arm and a leg to use it. So honestly, I just don't use it. So I'm just going to be using plain old material, free old materials that they had before. This is a shoe that I made that was actually really ugly, so don't look at it. It's gross. So we're going to put our material in here, and I'm just going to hit OK. Discard this because it's a mess. That is not right. That is most definitely not right. Why is this not like right? Did I pick the right thing? Uh ah! Hey, what's going on here? There's supposed to be things here at the top. Like all of the layer thingies. Layers. Maybe I did something wrong. Let me try this again. Like up here is supposed to show all the layers. Oh! Wait. Yeah, there. Okay. I was like, oh, I didn't. I picked the shoe without the what you call it on there. Okay. Yeah, what the what? It should be another thing here, right? Where the layers are. And why can't I see that? See, I don't know Substance Painter. I'm kind of new here. Alright, I know layers is... Oh, okay, wait. I think I see it. No, I don't. Where is the thing? Can I have like a reset? Factory reset everything? Reset UI. There we go. Sorry, my UI got messed up somehow. So thank goodness they have a thingy. Alright, so we're here. We're in fact. I don't even know what I'm doing now. I'm so drained. Alright, so we're going up the body. And we could choose what these shoes look like. I do like the artificial leather. I've been using that on pretty much everything. And I want to turn it up. Maybe make the... Oh! Now that's a pink. I like it. So let's make this a pink shoe. A pink leather shoe. Okay, so we got the pink. Let's go to the heart. And if we got pink, that's gotta be... What a pretty red. Oh, that's lovely. So we make that red. Let's go to the laces. What color should the laces be? Yeah, I don't know. I'm accidentally closed the what do you call that thing? I definitely accidentally closed it though. So you're gonna do a tongue. um, let me make that right. Yeah, the laces can stay white. I think that's a good choice. Oh, with the white piping too. Oh, that would be so cute. We were supposed to make an ugly shoe. You know what? Now, like, I kind of like the sole being white as well, but I'm like, should it? Coloring the rest of that tongue. Like, I want to kind of make the sole the same color of red that we're using right now. But I do like it white. Black? But look how white, like, pretty it is with the deep magenta. Like, that's a girl shoe. Alright, so let's see. So when you're using black in here, you never want to make it black black for real. You just want to make it like a wee bit higher than black. So, or you can if you wish. But I feel like you don't get all the shading if you do. Alright, that looks good too, I guess. Alright, so we got a shoe. And one of the things we want to do is we want to put the sunlight in front of the shoe. That's kind of important. Or at least I think it is. So to do that, you're supposed to hold down shift and then your left click. And you can see this light is rotating all over it so you can push where it goes. I like to make sure that the point is like right here in front of the shoe. That's always like the best light for me. Use stitches brushes. Okay, now hang on 1 second. I'm still trying to get my fingers to do the commands and stuff in here. I don't know how, but I do believe that they do have a stitch brush in here. It's road stripes, rice. Ew, worm. Okay, so it does have stitches. And we can put the... I don't know how that works. Oh, I'm on the body. So select the body. And that is something. Let's try it a bit better. Flow, stroke, spacing. Okay, so you see we can draw stitches on here. Now I know you're thinking they look flat and everything, right? Well, we just have to add in the height. So come back over here to the brush properties and we turn the, I think it would be height on. So scroll down to where it says height. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Height, metallic, height. Where's the height thing at? Oh, I think this is it, isn't it? It should be like metallic stencil alpha. Sorry, I'm still learning Substance Painter, and I did this right one time. Metallic properties, height properties, attributes. So would it be contrast? Well, they show you a preview up there, I think. Range. Nope. Maybe it's normals, because I hadn't height before, but we can do normal. It's a little raised than it was before. But there was something, like, I remember sliding this button over and making it so that I have to go bug some more people. Okay, I closed whatever that was, and here's the height thing that I was used to. So I turned it up, and you can see we got heights. And then if I turn it down lower, it gets inverted. So we want to pump up the jam, and then we can have this. Stitches! That's why I said we could have just did this in there. Right. I need to change the thickness of this brush. Too thick. That's too close together. See, spacing a little more. Yay! See? And now we could just do that all over this and it won't cost us in materials like we did before. Also, it's kind of mandatory to pretend that you are running a sewing machine when you use any kind of stitch brush. So, alright, I know, I'm slow. And I made the mistake of putting all of this on the same layer. You can actually, not do that and you have this on its own layer, which I totally recommend doing. So it does look better with stitches. And I'm pretty sure that this thing has materials out there where you can just buy more stitch brushes and get the same cross line as it did in the thing. Also, you know what I just found out recently? That this thing has a mirror. So you would push this button right here and you can paint on it just like you would in the other one and it won't look stupid. Like you got two pairs of eyes or, two eyeballs. Oh gosh, the thing is on the other side. Good enough. So, we have stitches, we have this, we have that, we have all of that stuff and noise and whatever. Now, I just need to export this. Although with the white stitching on there, I wanted to have a white sole now. I think it would be a lot cuter with that than on the black one. But I think it'll make it easier to find the texture. Okay. So we's done. It's time to export the textures. So I want to go to my desktop, create a new folder for this, the shoe 2, and select that. And I like to do 2D view first, and then export that out, and then open the folder. So this is all the shading and all the rest of that junk that we have in here baked onto these textures and stuff that we colored. So that when we go back into, what's this? Hang on, something's afoot. Yeah, sorry, it's just my friend messaging me real quick. Hang on 1 second, I'll be right with you guys. I got a message. Oh, that's me talking about this video. Okay, never mind. It's cool. Alright. Oh, ignore that. That was the test shoe that they give you. That's the dad shoe. Alright, so one of these blenders has a pretty shoe. So, material, select this. I'm going to close this because it's in the way. I want to add the texture to this. So, here we go. Body. This is why it's important to name all the stuff. So, the shoe, we have body. And put the texture on. Texture. And close this, open. Soul. Which one you? Tongue. Did I make anything? I didn't make anything for laces, so I'm just gonna keep those white. Heart. Anyway, you laugh again someday. Piping. So now we have a shoe. And that light and stuff that we had there is baked onto the shoe too, which is awesome. I love it. Now, I know we have these right here, and I'm trying to think, because I got an idea. One thing that I'm definitely going to need is the normal map so we can make those look raised. And to do that, I go back into Substance Painter, which I kind of forgot what looks like what. And I'm going to export it again, and I'm going to export my textures. I'm going to go in here to the shoe, and I'm going to make another folder in here so I don't get everything confused. And save that, and then I'm going to use this right here, which is Documents. Maybe with alpha. No alpha. Export. Alright, so these are the normal maps for this. What's the difference between the two? OpenGL. Alright, so we just use that one then. Alright. I don't really know much about Blender editing normal maps, but I have an idea as to how that might work. So I'm going to go here. And let's see. I don't know. I don't remember. How do you add a normal map to that? Would it just be like, let's see, like body? Let's see, it says here. Alright, so we got body. And then you go to the second one and you add new. And then open. Desktop. The shoe. The thing. The body. Metallic normal, open normal. I don't know. I guess it looks raised, so I guess that would be how you do it. So you can see how it looks. Right? Neat. You know what I wonder though? I am curious. Like, totally curious about something. What if I was to bake all the textures here in Blender? How would that come out? Because right now the shoe looks really cute. And that's how we have our shoe. But alright, hey, let me duplicate this before I dunk it up. Oh, go back. Circular reference and taculars? What does that mean? So that's what I get for being curious. Hmm. No objects and image found to bake to. Oh, it could be. Uh, I really should have paid attention when they were teaching this. Now bake. I would have to look into how to bake this stuff. Why is it blue? Why is it blue? Why is it blue? Is the sun blue? No, it's not blue. It's not blue. Why is it blue? You know what? Okay, you know what? Forget the blue. Forget it. Forget it. We just gonna fix it in world, I guess. I don't have a. Why are you blue? Alright, let me put this shoe in here and save this inside this real quick. I think I have a dev kit somewhere. I am currently a Laura X because I was working on something for somebody, doing something or another, and I just never took it off. And I'm gonna use this foot. Shoot, I don't remember. Where is it? This shoe. So there's my pink shoe, my little pink shoe. Did I do it to 3D or did I do it to Control C to geometry? So I got my little shoe here, and I got my lady with her foot, and we're gonna put this orthodontic shoe on her foot somehow. So we're gonna put it in here, and you're gonna see the thing is that when it exports it out, it's gonna export it out gigantic, and with the sides folded in because it was meant to be like on display. Okay. So we gotta open up the shoe in order to make it fit on the foot. So I want to click on the shoe, and I'm going to select the top part of it, the mouth of it, with the box selection, and then I'm going to make sure that it goes all the way through, so I'm turn the x-ray on. Then I'm going to select the box around it. We're going to press S, and I'm going to make sure that the soft select is on, enable, and I'm going to scroll my field of influence around it. S and then X, I think. Now S, then Z. I think, no, S, Y. There we go. And spread it open just a wee bit. Oof, looks very inflated. We could just grab it with this and push it over. Oh, this is a notice from Dubis Goobis. This was a lot easier on boots. When I did this on a boot, it was like, yes, madam. This is going to be the part I'm going to have to really practice and work on to make it simpler for people. Because with the boot, it was only just one flap. So I was able to pull it around, like edit link part, pull this over. And now I have to deal with this slipping and sliding that we have right now. And open that up. Don't worry about the lump in the side. That's just an artisanal ankle. We'll fix it later. So I'm going to grab this ankle part. Scoot it up on the foot. Pull this out. Right here. Grab this part. Push it back in. Don't y'all start while I'm filming. Don't y'all start. Lunar, go about your business. Goldman, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Sorry. There's a black cat, yellow cat war going on. And it's just two cats. Like, everybody else is fine, but Lunar and Goldman, I don't know what happened, but they don't like each other no more. And once they start going, then everybody jumps in trying to fight it. So I'm like, don't y'all start. Don't y'all start. I feel like one of mine. Don't think I won't beat you around these people. So this is the only part that's going to be kind of tedious after you do all that work. Is to make sure that this shoe fits. It's a little difficult because, it's tight right here. This would totally work if I knew what shoes were like, if I wore shoes. I don't wear shoes, so I'm like, what is this like? Did I crush it too hard? Cause it's like one of them sporty shoes now. And that's supposed to be like, what's up with this part around here? Did I not shape this right? No, I think this is where the benefit of having a reference of the shoe you're making is. Because then you could look at it and be like, oh, this is supposed to be up here. That's supposed to be there. Rather than me free designing on this thing. So now it's looking all ugly. And I'm so sorry you have to see this. Again, it is much easier on a boot. It is so much easier on a boot. I had to start with a sneaker. Oh, that look awful. Okay, wait. Come on. We can do this. This thing is supposed to be straight. Okay, like, that looks a wee bit better. But it's just like, it ain't right. I think it's supposed to be shifted up forward a bit. Artistic liberties, I guess. Well, yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, I didn't close that part. I didn't connect those two in the back. And I ain't gonna. I think that's how the shoe is supposed to be. It's only wobbly because I textured it as such. Like he wanted to pull this sole down some more. Oh, the heel is all the way back there too. Like, am I supposed to push that in some more? Any comments, questions, and concerns will be absolutely welcome and fine. Y'all can say. Oh, it's flat. So it's supposed to be down there on the heel. That's why it's not looking right. Alright, so put the heel down here. Oh, okay. Sorry, this is the only part that I think would be very like off-putting to people is having to fit it to the foot. Yeah, there we go. Right? Right? I think that's supposed to be above the ankle though. These kids and this constant screaming. Alright, y'all. That's as good as it's gonna get for me, I guess. I if I had a reference to the shoe, like if I was making a shoe from a reference, I think it'd have been easier to like, oh, it's supposed to look like this. But since I just free designed with no concept of what shoes look like, too many bodies. Yeah. So I think it works out. Make a dupe. Control M, X. Oh. We need to select this. Apply rotation location scale. Then dupe. Ooh, those are toenails. Sorry, honey, I didn't mean to rip your toenails off. Location rotation scale. And then dupe. And then MX. Why? Why in a bleepity bloop is this choosing not to do what I wanted to do? It's like, Can't make something unique falling. Yes, you can. It's called inspiration. Bro, I'm sitting here trying to squeeze this in here, and it's like, it's not going. Okay, yay. So now we have two shoes. Sorry, bug. Alright, so we got. You think they look good? You're not just being nice to me, are you? Oh. Like, if. You know what? We could just save some time by making us go here to armature, putting it here to that one, and then going on here. Then this is to this weight paint, and then select this, and then make it all red. Rotate it and all red. Break it up, all red. Even though it's not quite doing it right. I like to use my trusted and true method of this, and so I'm saving this to right here. This tool, this one. Me old, dust off me old blender with the good weight transfer. I swear, as soon as this video is over, I'm turning on every fan and I'm laying in front of it. It is so hot. My back is sweaty and itchy. That's like one of the only good things about having a cat that's chew up your furniture is that the chair is like a wonderful back scratcher. Wait. There we go. Now do the same thing over here. Oh, I got some toes coming through. This is cheating. But I don't care. Okay. Ooh, my wrist! It just cracked. Oh, I had planned on making heels, it seems. Oh, one shoe is inside out. I knew it. I knew it. Hang on, hang on. I knew that shoe was gonna be inside out. Hang on, move back in here real quick. Wait. Like, even with backface culling, it's still inside out. Let me see. Flip direction. That's how it looks and shouldn't. Why is it inside out? And it's not inside out here. What happens if, like, what if we flip it and make it inside out, like there? Damn old school mesh. I can't remember what I had to do. Upload. It looks right. Sorry. No, it's still inside out. Ugh. The, we get all this way just for it to be stupid. Alright, you know what? We will figure that out and debug. Right now we focus on this lumpy shoe. Which I hate. But I don't know anything about shoes. So, body. What is. Oh, it's two shoes. Thank you, dear. Tongue. That stays white, I guess. Piping. I'm gonna check piping's legs for that. Heart. Soul. Oh, we went with the black soul. Oh yeah, so now we got the bump, the normal map, so now we got those on there. Don't know what all the squigglies are though. Hmm. I wonder if it's. Well, that's more stuff to research. Where's that other shoe I had made? So if you put full bright, you get the shoe like exactly like that it was rendered. This is with shadows and stuff like that. So depends on to you which one you like more. And I would put it on the one that's flipped. But why is it flipped on the foot, but not when it's in wear? This is why we have dry tutorials. That's more stuff to research, I guess. Make it shiny. I had it like shiny like this when I had my metallic in there. I want to give it that really high shine on that one and make it look plastic. And then with the I don't like there was never an excuse to use the environment, but maybe down a bit, maybe pink. Turn the shine down because these ain't boots. Kicks. Well, anyway, that's the shoe. It may be a jacked up shoe, but it's a shoe. Man, I don't know what caused that. I might have to do some more research and testing. But I'm kind of beat. Oh, my back! I hope this helped y'all better understand the program so you could play around with it yourself and see what happens. Although I am curious about the heel. Let me see. Where did I save that heel as? Because I know I imported it in World, I think. I made this boot, and I thought that was pretty. And there should be a shoe around here somewhere. Ugly shoe, ugly boot, ugly boot. What happened to my stylish shoe? Let me see. Yeah, it might be in, let me see. Maybe in court, sports, asymmetric, ugly hearts. Sports? Sports. Oh, no, that shoe. Yeah, that shoe's gone. Damn, I made a really nice strappy heel. I was hoping to test that out on this foot. But alright, y'all. That's pretty much everything. That's pretty much it. I still got some more stuff to research, as you can see, but that's how far we've come in the process of making shoes. I think it'd be easier for me to show you the fitting process if I use something like a boot or what do you call it? Heel. I'm not good when it comes to fitting sneakers. I'm not good when it comes to fitting sneakers. So it kind of looks, yeah. And it's like all that work, and then I made a dopey shoe. But it's still a lot easier than making that shoe from scratch. Though I wonder. It took forever, but that's because we were just going through explaining. I think like it's like with Marvelous Designer when you're explaining to somebody how to do something, and it takes an hour, and then when you're trying to make a shirt and a t-shirt, it's like click, 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 and then you got one. Okay, so I would love to go on to the next one. I would love to make a heel and talk about that. But it's so hot I can't breathe now. It's like the sun is still smack dab on top of the house and I cannot breathe. So I will make a video or do something later, maybe when it's cooler, probably in the early morning of tomorrow when the sun is nowhere to be seen and I can turn my computer on without the air on. But that is not it right now. If you got questions, comments, questions, comments, and concerns, then bring them up in the Discord before I start working on the final tutorial. So, yeah, I guess that's it. See you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you. It made it so much fun. And thanks for adding to the research pile. I'll get back to you guys when I get something solid. So, see you guys, and remember, everything you want to download from this tutorial, everything that I use is in the Discord, so you can download it there. And you can get the link to the Discord in the community tab. Just scroll down till you see the part where I said all of my downloads are here, and you can join them. Alright, see y'all later. Love y'all. Take care. Bye. Oh, wait, you're not in.